So this is just a quick demonstration on how you can use your ebony pencil or any other art pencil to add a little bit of line weight. Another way we describe line weight, or another term we use to describe line weight, is line variety or line quality, the quality of a line. So in our case for this project, we're talking about the use of thick lines and thin lines, dark lines and light lines. You can do this strategically instead of just randomly kind of drawing thick and thin. Now, what I did here is I drummed up a really fast contour line drawing of a stapler, okay? I didn't spend a lot of time on it, so don't judge me too hard. So typically we use darker lines or a little bit thicker lines and increase the line weight in areas where there's shadow underneath, or in areas of your object where it looks like the object is carrying some weight. So what I've done is I have actually finished the entire contour line drawing, and now I'm going to go back and add some line weight. You're welcome to add the line weight while you draw. In this case, I'm showing you how to go back and add line weight after you draw. You can see I've already done some line weight where you have line weight or line variety where you have some thick here, and then you've got thin. You've got some dark and some light throughout. Here's a very light, thin line. And what I'm going to do is very carefully, now I'm going to go back over the line, but I'm not going to sketch and I'm not going to shade. Another thing you can do at this point, well, actually, I'll get to that in a second. So here I go. I'm going to decide to add a little bit of line weight. And my pencil just broke. That's okay. Don't press too heavy. It's okay if you lift your pencil off the paper a little bit. Just try to make it look like you didn't. All right, so I've added a little bit of line weight. You don't just want to stop. You kind of want to fade it out. So I'm just going to kind of drop it down there and fade it out a little bit. And then in here, I'm going to go and add a little bit more. Sort of fade it out. A little bit here. Fade it out. Possibly here. Maybe a little bit here. So you're just changing the quality of the line. It adds visual interest to your drawing. You see a lot of this in all different types of drawing, whether you're drawing on a tablet, on the computer, an iPad, a Chromebook, or with a pencil, in a sketchbook. You can even do this with a paintbrush. All right, so you've got, again, you're not going in, like this line shouldn't necessarily be thick because I don't know that you want to emphasize that part. I am going to emphasize this part. Maybe let it fade out a little bit there. Yeah, don't think like, oh, I have to go around and outline this thing. That's not what you're doing. All right, you're just kind of adding a little bit of line variety to your drawing. Now, at this point, you can go in with your eraser carefully and erase any lines that appear to be disconnected or sketchy. So here, they're actually connected. But any place where it's just disconnect, there's a little sketchy, fluffy, sketchiness right here I'm going to get rid of. So I'm just going to tap that. You would probably use, I'm not sure if your kneaded eraser would be good for this or not. Okay. Right here, there's some sketchiness. I'm just using the eraser and the back side of the pencil. That would be fine. All right, so again, draw lightly first. It's easier to erase light lines than if you draw really dark and then you're like, oh, I've got to erase that. And guess what? Your teacher made the same mistake. eat my own words. Look at this. I can't erase that anymore. It's permanent. So you want to try to avoid that. You're not going to lose points or anything. It just, overall, it takes away from the look of your drawing. This right here is a little sketchy, so you want to get rid of those sketchy lines, okay? All right. Email me if you have questions. I keep saying that, but seriously.